Welcome to Previously on X-Men, the podcast that looks at X-Men comics, movies, shows, characters, and more. I'm Hillary.
I'm Nick, and I can't wait to dive into more Rocket Robin Hood.
No.
Oh.
We're not doing that.
I thought you liked it.
No.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
I disproved of
okay. Well,
that
then,
whole situation.
what do you want to talk about today?
Well, we're talking about X-Men Evolution again.
Okay.
We're talking about the episode Spykecam.
Spykecam.
It's a pretty on-the-nose title.
Yeah. Did you do
Spike.
any of that kind of stuff?
With a
Were
cam.
you? I feel like you were
Yeah.
much more hip on the internet than I was at this time. Were you ever doing like vlogs or video?
No.
Oh, okay.
We would do videos on like a camcorder
Oh,
with like a tape in it
okay.
that we would like.
Watch.
I mean, we couldn't
Yeah,
edit
I didn't
it.
even-
And so like all of the bloopers were just in the middle. It was bad.
No,
but
I never
also
did
fun
anything like
and
that.
awesome.
Like nothing like that.
Oh yeah. Have I not shown you those videos?
I don't know.
They're pretty horrible.
Okay. All right. So this was like calling back to your childhood then.
Yeah,
This
it
really did
was.
for
I
you.
did do video assignments for school.
Okay. Hey, before we get into this episode, I wanted to ask you, there is some X-Men casting news out there.
Oh.
How do you feel about Mr. Sinister, Adam Driver?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Like, I don't think I would have thought of that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Like, perfect.
Okay.
He's got the voice, that, like, soft, quiet,
Yeah, I
menacing.
could see it.
And he's tall.
He is tall.
I think it's perfect.
Maybe he'll wear those really high-waisted pants like
he likes
wore
the
in the last
high-waisted
Jedi.
pants.
I remember, back before New Mutants and all of that, Fox imploded, there was really serious talk about John Hamm as Mr. Sinister.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I feel like
that
that's
could work. That
he's,
could
you know.
work. I feel like that's a little more straight-laced.
Yeah.
And John Hamm could probably make that interesting, but I think Adam Driver he can do more of the unhinged underlayer of like this literal psychopath, scientist, lunatic.
Well, how about, I know obviously Rogue is top tier for you, and we do have a new
is.
Rogue, Indy Navarrete from, I would say Superman and Lois, but also
That's what I know her from.
from Obsession, which she was amazing
She
in.
was
So
incredible in that movie.
how does that strike you?
I think that's good. I
Yeah?
think it's good.
Okay.
I think if I hadn't seen Obsession, I might have been like, okay, whatever. Because, like, she doesn't have a lot to do in
Superman and Lois. Yeah.
Lois. I always liked her, but it's just sort of a whatever role.
Right.
But after seeing Obsession, not that Rogue would be like that character,
Right.
but, like, she has a power to her that her size doesn't necessarily...
the range of emotions, the depth.
Yeah.
You're right. Power is a good word for
I
it.
could see
because
her doing a good job.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
I'm going to
choice.
need to hear the accent, obviously.
That's true.
but-
That's
yeah.
true.
Lenore Zahn was on social media, like being like, yes, this is great. So,
Good.
Rogues looking out for each other. I was always sort of underwhelmed by Anna Paquin.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Well...
Because I just loved Rogue so much from
Yeah.
the show. And like, I grew to appreciate what she was bringing, but I didn't get it.
I think a lot of it is, I think it's less Anna Paquin than it is the type of Rogue they were doing.
True.
I don't know what she would have done with a different kind of Rogue.
Yeah.
But they very specifically chose to do this pre-Powers teenager version.
I feel as close as you get to like a cool, badass kind of Rogue is the Days of Future Past Rogue cut, where she's like rolling in, rescuing Magneto and stuff. I mean, that's more of a...
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I
I'm a
feel
little
very
scared,
detached
but-
from all the Marvel, like MCU stuff.
I do too.
So,
I do too.
I don't know. I guess I'll just see what happens when they do it.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, cool.
But thumbs up, right?
I think so.
You
for
appreciate
this.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still
All
waiting
right.
on a Gambit, but okay.
Yeah. Austin Butler, call your agent.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Tell me what we're doing.
So, we are talking about Spykecam,
Yes.
which first aired in February on the 10th, 2001, directed by Frank Power and written by Christy Marks and Randy Littlejohn.
All right.
So there's a little connection there with Rocket Robin.
That's right. Little
missed it
John. Oh my
entirely.
gosh.
I really thought you were going to say
Oh,
something.
jeez. I need to turn in my Radio Meanwhile
Yeah,
badge.
get out of here.
Good for you, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was right there.
I know, but
So we got Zaf Peru as Jason. Who's Jason?
Jason was the sort of love interest, the guy who was playing
the Dracula guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
He's also appeared in Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda.
Oh, yeah.
and BH 90210. If you know, you know.
I loved that show.
That was really good. Released on the DVD collection X Marks the Spot.
Okay. Let me hit you with a little fact here for the X-Files segment. We have Michael Donovan as Sabertooth. He's had lots of Marvel roles, including voicing the Grey Hulk in the 90s Hulk cartoon and popping up in other places. He voiced Carnage in Spider-Man Unlimited and Iron Cross in the Captain America game, plus he's done lots of different Marvel work. For me, though, he voiced Count Dooku in the Yoda Chronicles, which we just finished on Endorian Life. And he voices Obi-Wan in the Freemaker Adventures, which Steve and I are currently covering, but we have not got to an Obi-Wan episode.
Those are quite different
so far
from Sabertooth.
It's different. Yeah, it's definitely different.
I was thinking that he just does all the roles.
Sadly, this actor passed away in March of this year, 2026.
That is sad. So let's talk about the episode.
All right, let's do it.
Sabertooth shows up. He's in town. He's looking around.
Yeah.
At school, Spike just got a bad grade because he wrote a paper that was supposed to be on the Star Wars program, and apparently he wrote it about the Star Wars movies.
Oh, Star Wars.
I find this to be a dumb conceit.
It is.
However, the teacher gives him a chance for extra credit.
Yeah.
He brings out a little digital camera and says that he can do just like a documentary about whatever.
Well, he said current events, but that's not what he does.
Well, but he said he says current events, but he's like, it doesn't have to be anything like big, just whatever you care about.
Whatever he cares about. Okay.
I do think that this is just sort
his
of
pals.
It's just like an opportunity to like engage this little guy, you know.
Maybe the teacher knows it was stupid to ask the kids to write a paper on Star Wars and have it not be on Star Wars.
Yeah, and
use different words.
Or at the very least say, now I know you're going to think the movie,
right.
But not that.
Maybe he's never seen it. I work with someone who has never seen a Star Wars anything.
That's so weird.
I know. She just never has.
I just saw, what is it? Taylor Tomlinson just did a bit about the Marvel movies, and she was like, I don't care about superheroes. I just watch them so that I'm easier to talk to at parties.
Yeah, that would accomplish it. Yeah.
Which I think is fair. So anyway, Spike has this camera now, and he's just sort of like testing it out, and there's a zoom, and he looks and he can see the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And he zooms in just as Wolverine is pulling in.
Yeah.
And so
Wolverine luckily takes his helmet off outside of the gates.
Yes.
And is like, here I am.
And is like, look, it's me.
So
I'm not sure exactly how this works in Sabertooth's brain.
Right.
But he sees Spike with a camera.
Right.
And decides to pursue him to steal the camera.
Right.
Because he's looking for Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't seen the camera yet. Like he hasn't seen the footage yet, so he doesn't know that he has footage of Wolverine.
No, but I think what it is, because Kurt shows up and like grabs Spike and startles him, and he's like, I have to get back to the mansion because his hologram thing is on the fritz. And so Sabertooth is watching this and he sees Nightcrawler suddenly be Nightcrawler, and then so I think he's like, oh, mutants, these guys know, you know.
Okay.
And so I think that is what, okay, I'm going to follow these mutants back to wherever they're hiding out.
Okay. Next we see Spike. I mean, the whole episode is basically Spike with his camera and like narrating
just
whatever's
catching little
happening
scenes. Yeah.
So he is in the school hallway, and Rogue and Kitty are fighting because Kitty has a book that Rogue borrowed, and Kitty doesn't want her to have it. It's like they're just having a little spat, like kind of a sisterly kind of a vibe.
Yes.
Kitty bumps into Jason.
Yeah.
This new character.
Yeah. Love
who
at
I think
first
is
sight.
only here.
I checked IMDb, and this is the only time we have accredited Jason. So
anyway, he's a reasonably good-looking person.
Yeah.
And Kitty goes full Valley.
Yeah.
She's just falling all over herself for this guy.
And he is hanging up posters for Dracula, the musical. Yeah.
And Rogue is disgusted by Kitty's behavior. And they kind of spat about it again after Jason leaves. And then Rogue catches Spike filming, and she's like, I better not see my face on that.
Or you will be Spike-less.
You'll be Spike-less.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
And she will be Spike-full.
And they sort of, Kitty and Rogue's like, if anybody should be in the Dracula play, it's me. Look how goth I am, you know? And they're sort of like fighting about that. Not fighting about the guy, I might add. They're fighting about like wanting to be in the play.
Their first fight is about a book. The second fight is about who would be better in a play.
Yes.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Hey, did you notice a woman was writing?
You're right. You are correct. You are correct.
So Sabertooth chases Spike. Spike's doing all his, skateboard tricks.
Yeah, he's doing like handstands right down the freeway on a skateboard, while Sabertooth is like surfing on
he's,
top
like,
of
crawling on
semi-trucks
yeah.
and things.
And
yeah.
he catches...
It's like Teen Wolf.
Does he catch Spike? Or does he just take the camera?
They kind of tussle, and Spike's kind of like thrown clear, basically.
Okay.
He's not really going after Spike.
So he gets the camera from
camera.
Spike.
Yeah.
Spike is worried about the camera, obviously, because it's not his camera.
Right.
And this is the early 2000s. And
that would have been expensive.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Yeah, he gets the camera and he looks at the footage and he sees Logan and he's like, gotcha. And I guess he leaves the camera.
He leaves the camera, but I think it's a trap.
Ah, it's entrapment.
I think he leaves the camera because later we see
Yeah, you're right. You're right. How that comes out. Yeah.
And Spike's like, oh, phew, I got a camera. Great.
Yeah. Toad shows up and he's like, oh, are you filming stuff? I'd love to be in it. Look at all these tricks I can do. And Spike is like, why don't you die? He doesn't do anything.
So mean to him. Most of the time,
he doesn't do anything.
Toad is just like kind of annoying, but like just kind of trying to be their buddy.
Yeah.
You know, like he's a little mischievous, but that's kind of it.
It's just funny because everybody else is like, get away from me with your dumb camera. I don't want to be in your dumb movie. And Toad's like, I'd love to be in your movie. And he's like, take a hike.
He's so mean to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so he's gone.
Yes.
Then the next morning,
right.
Storm wakes up Spike because, as we remember, she is his actual aunt.
Right. Yeah.
His for real aunt.
I like that we had a little bit of that. You know, because she sort of treated him like fam. He called her Auntie O and stuff like that. You know, it was cute.
So she wakes up Spike and notices that he is filming himself.
Right.
And like he wakes up and spikes his alarm clock and things like that. And she's like, so maybe we don't.
Yeah, let's not out all the mutants.
The mutant
on this thing.
Activity.
She wants to see it before he turns it in.
Yeah. Which I think is nice that she's not like, you can't do this.
Right.
It's just like, we're just going to make sure that there's nothing terrible. So then Spike records Jean in the bathroom.
Yeah, odd choice.
While she's picking an outfit.
Right.
To be fair, she is dressed, but like in pajamas.
Yeah, she's in her pajamas.
At the bathroom sink.
Yeah.
Not the
she was.
best.
I felt like this was kind of a vague Phoenix reference because she has this
big. Oh,
big.
because of the red.
It's this big red, like long sleeve. She's like red. Maybe that's too much.
But then see, that's the missed opportunity because she was like, should it be the red or? And then she never says anything else. And if she had been like, maybe the green.
Yeah, you're right.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, so. The red also was exactly the same color as her hair.
Exactly
that would
the
have
same
looked
color.
horrible.
Yeah,
she
would
made
be
the
too
right
much.
choice.
It'd be too much.
But she, telepathies the door closed and is like, don't. And I think we're just sort of getting family vibes.
Right.
So out on the lawn, Cyclops and Wolverine are doing field training.
That's nice. They're bonding.
They're doing the bonding.
Yeah.
Spike comes up to try to record the training.
So in the middle of all this, and this is like not Danger Room kind of stuff. I mean, there are like giant saw blades being shot at people's head, like taking off the heads of statues and things like that. So it's dangerous stuff. Spike just rolls in wanting to film it, and suddenly he's in the way. So Wolverine has to like throw himself in front of something coming, and he's blocking claws and everything.
I do enjoy the caretaking that the adults of the group do.
True.
Like how we've just sort of randomly selected a certain assortment of the X-Men that are the grown-ups.
Yeah.
And I like the parenting that they do.
And
like the responsibility that they take.
They do some serious
I like it.
Parenting. So Wolverine takes the camera and he erases the footage of the training.
Yes. So it's just a button on it that says erase. And he pushed that button and I was like, did he just erase his entire project?
Yeah,
what
that's
the heck?
What I thought too. Which wouldn't have been that out of character, so.
Yeah. But no, it was just the footage of the training.
I don't like this Wolverine voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it that just feels kind of put on in a way that always stands out to me.
No, I can hear that, but I like it. I like him.
I mean, it's not a deal breaker or anything. I just was noticing it because he had a lot more to say this time, and I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Well, he has a lot more variation in his tone than the previous Wolverine.
Okay.
I think it might feel a little weird.
He doesn't sound 160 like Kale Dodd in X-Men 97, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, so he erases the footage, and it goes back to the last thing that was recorded, and it was Sabertooth.
Yeah.
Looking straight to camera, and he was like, "Oh, I got you now. I'm coming for you." And Wolverine's like, "No, curses." And then there he is. Sabertooth shows up.
He shows up right on the thing. He goes to the front gate.
Yeah.
And just tears it open.
Yeah.
And runs onto the thing.
So here's my question: did he not know prior to this that the X-Men lived here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the first time that we saw him, the only time that we've seen him in this show was the parking garage fight.
Right.
where they're just out in the city somewhere.
Well,
I mean, it seems a little like he probably could have figured it out without hunting down a teenager. Because it's just like the mansion outside
Xavier
of the city.
Contacts Wolverine mentally at this point. And it's like, I thought you made sure that Sabertooth didn't follow you. And he's like, I did.
Yeah.
So clearly they've been taking steps to make sure that they're not followed. So I would say taking off his helmet outside of the gates probably was a bad move.
But like he knows they're in this city. And it's not like this is New York City. It's just like a small...
Yeah.
Anyway,
Westchester.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So he comes in, the automated defense stuff tries to take him down, doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sort of seems like Xavier is controlling some weapons. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work.
That was a little confusing to me because I didn't know if it was... I thought at first that it was just more of this training exercise stuff because it's not dissimilar from what's being shot at Cyclops and Wolverine.
I guess that's true.
But it is the automated defenses.
Yeah.
It's just a little confusing.
Yeah.
And I really like this next moment with Storm.
Yes.
She basically intercedes and is like, hey, we're not doing this here. And it kind of stops everyone. And it was a good moment, I thought, for Storm.
Yeah.
And so she starts pushing Sabertooth back, and Cyclops gives him a little blast, and Jean does some telepathy, like pushing him away.
Yeah, and this is kind of a funny moment, too, because they're doing all of that to get him off the grounds, basically. Right. And Wolverine just, like, stands there and is like, all right, they're just gonna...
Well, I thought they did a good, like they weren't, it was like Wolverine was accepting, I cannot get in a Sabertooth fight with a bunch of tweens around me. So, you know, he kind of accepts that. And I like that this is not a rumble. The X-Men are just kind of like, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool too. It takes quite a lot to get him off there.
Yeah.
They push him away. Wolverine is like, okay, now I'm going to take care of this. And he takes off after him. He runs off into the woods and is following footprints. And then he like loses him. There's like a stream. So he probably went in the stream. Right. And so he can't smell him because he's a tracker or whatever. So,
you know what? There's one thing about that.
Yes.
When Wolverine takes the camera in the beginning, I thought he was going to smell Sabertooth on the camera. And he doesn't. But I just thought that would have been better than Sabertooth recording a little video, him just being like, Sabertooth, you know. Yeah. I would have bought that.
That's true.
Anyway, he loses the scent in the stream.
Yeah. So then later, Xavier and Wolverine are talking about this situation. And Wolverine says that Sabertooth is going to have to try to get him alone. Mm-hmm. And Xavier jumps to this conclusion.
Yes, it was a leap.
That this means that that he's going to take a hostage.
Right.
So now they're worried about the kids. So Wolverine goes around the mansion and he stops Cyclops. Cyclops was going to go out for the night or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, all the kids staying inside. That's it.
Yeah.
And Cyclops is like, well, Kitty and Rogue and Spike just left.
Yeah.
So
Kitty and Rogue were fighting over there. They had like a Discman listening to the CD soundtrack of Dracula the Musical, and they were fighting over it. And Spike was like, "Hey, you know, I have a plan. I need your help." And they decide to go along with him. So yes, they leave the mansion, and this is where the plan gets murky because they're out in the woods and he's trying to film them dancing.
He's filming them dancing. I think it's sort of a twofold thing.
Okay.
I think that he a little bit is trying to get them to get along.
Right.
But he's also, we sort of find out he's trying to lure Sabertooth.
Does he think the three of them can take out Sabertooth?
I think he does.
Okay.
I think he does.
All right. Well,
I can't tell if he has told the girls that that's the plan.
It doesn't seem like it, no.
But I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
That he's luring because he wants to like fix this problem personally.
We have another casual use of Rogue's powers here because she's like, I can't dance, and Kitty's like, got the groove, you know, and he's like, just use your powers a little bit and just steal her dancing ability. And so she does, and she instantly starts talking like a Valley girl. Mm-hmm. And then they start doing this dance, which you recognize.
Yes, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It's just like if you look up a side by side, it is.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like just random, because it doesn't even really seem like it's thematically connected or anything.
No.
But it's just a dance thing with Buffy and Faith.
Is it any sort of like do the character dynamics line up with those two characters in Buffy? Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess they do.
Okay.
Like, Buffy is, I mean, by this point, she's less so, but she's initially kind of a Valley girl. And Faith is definitely the darker type. So I guess in that way, yeah. But like, I wouldn't have been like, you know what we should do?
It does kind of stand out. I mean, I never watched Buffy, so it wasn't an instant like, oh, this. But there's something fluid about the movements in a way that suddenly it kind of feels like, oh, this is different. But
yeah, it's true.
It's fun.
It's a fun thing.
It's a fun little call out.
If you notice it, it's like, oh.
Because I guess 2001, Buffy's still
on,
right?
That's true. So, yeah, I think so.
And this was this, I think this was Kids WB, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Buffy's WB, so I don't know, maybe there's just some sort of synergy there that just made it fun. But anyway, yeah, so they're grooving.
While they are doing this dancing situation, Sabertooth attacks. Mm-hmm. And he's basically just, I'm going to grab a kid.
Right.
And take them.
Yeah.
So he grabs Spike, and Spike is like, well, I was expecting you. And goes all spiky. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm spiky. And he drops him.
Right.
So then he's like, fine, I'll go after this one. And he goes after Kitty. And she phases through him. And he's like, yeah, I'm sure. It's really funny. It is. It's funny how unconcerned the kids are about the situation because he's a serial killer.
Sure, yeah.
So, problem. But he goes after Rogue. She has taken off her glove already, so she's like ready to go. Mm-hmm. But he grabs her wrist so she can't touch him. Right. And it's really interesting because they have this moment where he's like holding her and she's completely prone, but he's got her wrist and she notices it and she looks at him. Uh-huh. And she's not scared.
Right.
She's like pissed. Uh-huh. It's just, I really like what they're doing with Rogue. Yeah, and like when I first watched this show, I feel like I didn't see any of these things at all when I was like a kid.
Right.
Because I liked her fine, but she wasn't the Rogue that I wanted.
Sure,
she didn't have the like strength and stuff. Right. But this time watching through, I'm like, she's tough. Yeah. She's a tough cookie.
They really have her locked in. Yeah. Like how she's going to react to things is very consistent.
Yeah. So she's held by Sabertooth, this like monster, and she's just like, he's got my wrist. Dang.
Yeah. This guy.
Now what do I do? Yeah. But then, of course, Wolverine arrives and fighting ensues.
Sure.
Ultimately, Rogue does get a hold of him and knocks him out. And then she grows all of this crazy, like, werewolf hair and stuff and starts talking like this.
Yeah.
Which is really funny.
She's like, I just shaved my legs yesterday.
So that's done. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny because you sort of wonder, does Wolverine even need to have shown up?
Yeah.
Because, like, really all that needed to happen was one of the other two kids distract Sabertooth. Yeah. And then Rogue grabs him and then it's over.
I mean, I forget. Did Sabertooth and Rogue interact the last time he was here? Does he know that? Okay, so he doesn't.
Well, I mean, the way that he grabs her wrist makes it seem like he must know.
Because maybe he's been watching.
I think he must have been watching him, so he knows the basics.
We have a really hard cut here that cracks me up. The next thing we see is Sabertooth getting tossed out of the Blackbird,
just dropped
in the Arctic. And Xavier is there. You see him like as the hatch is open, and Sabertooth is like, "What? Where am I?" And he looks up, and the door just slowly closes, and Xavier says nothing.
And Sabertooth is like, "Where am I? I don't remember." And that's just like that cold as ice look from Xavier, and you're like, "You just wiped this guy's brain and dropped him in the Arctic, and now you're gonna fly away."
Yeah. He just doesn't say a word. Yep. And I just thought, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah. He's gonna protect those kids, man. Yep. So then, it's opening night.
Yeah, so I guess time has passed.
Time has passed.
They've auditioned, they got roles.
They got, at least they're dancers.
Yeah, they're dancers.
In this musical. And now we have Spike kind of like finalizing his documentary and like cutting through, and he's like, this is my new family, tra-la-la.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think it's a good balance of... This is people in high school and also
I was thinking the same thing. Thinking the same thing because we got a decent amount of like X-Men action, which I've felt a little bit like was maybe missing. And I liked the amount that we had in this, and I thought it was a pretty decent use of the characters. I also like how they're like, we saw Cyclops, we saw Jean and Nightcrawler. They each had like little bits to do, but they don't feel compelled to give like everybody equal screen time or whatever. It's kind of like, this is going to be these couple of characters and this is going to be these couple of characters. And I thought just narratively it was smart to go back to a Spike episode so soon, like after the introduction, because he's the one that
we don't know.
Yeah. And so like you kind of need that.
People used to know how to structure TV shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
They used to be good at it.
I thought it worked pretty well. I don't really have complaints about it.
Yeah. I also like how the peril is directly connected to the kids' behavior.
Yeah.
Like they get themselves into these situations. Right. I like that it's not even just normal kid stuff and then something horrible happens. Yeah. You know, it's like all fluidly connected.
I was a little concerned with the premise that it was going to be a lot of like direct to camera. Like, you're probably wondering what this is all about. And it wasn't that. So, you know, that's
if it was a Nightcrawler episode.
Yeah. Well, you know, like Disney really went through a big, remember like Ultimate Spider-Man and Hulk Agents of Smash? It was like every like pause, hold on, like borderline Saved by the Bell kind of stuff. And it was rough to watch.
If you're not Zach Morris, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't try the timeout. No.
Can't do it.
No. In conclusion, good episode.
Good episode. I think it's good. Yep. I'm feeling good about this.
Me too.
So next time we're going to be talking about X-Men Evolution Survival of the Fittest. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're aware.
Yeah.
But season 2 of X-Men 97 is over.
I'm
it
aware.
Has wrapped.
I am aware.
I haven't watched it yet.
Love it.
I haven't seen any of it yet. So once we're done with this first season of X-Men Evolution, we'll go back and talk about season 2.
You know, I noticed something on the Marvel Unlimited app. There is one of the Infinity comics that we've covered a couple of times here called X-Men 97 Season 2 Strike Files. And it's not a prequel. It's like concurrent with the show and like tied into episodes.
Oh, I love that.
And it's giving a lot of context that I feel like, you know, that all three of us were like, what, we're missing so much information in the first season.
So far.
So
whenever there's a comic addendum to a TV or movie thing, I have always appreciated that information.
Yeah.
Like there was it was a Star Trek.
Oh, Star Trek Countdown before the J.J. Abrams.
If I hadn't read that comic, I don't know what I would have thought about that movie. I would have been like, what? Who?
It was super
Where?
helpful.
What?
Yeah. Well, there's on the same topic of Star Trek, there's a book that's set before the Picard series, which such a train wreck, that show. But that book was another one that was like, that's a really crucial piece of information. So Strike Files is kind of interesting because it's not a prequel, it's not a setup, it's context as the episodes go. So
is it like supplemental characters? Is it just like
it's characters. It's also like, how did we get to this point in this episode? Like, you know, like it's all I think it's context and stuff that we were really missing in that first season because they were whipping through so fast.
So do we need to be like reading and then watching and then reading and then watching?
I kind of think so.
Okay. I'm up for that.
So, yeah, it will be interesting, and I'm looking forward to watching season 2 as well.
But that's later. We're not doing that until we finish season 1 of X-Men Evolution.
Yes.
And I have to wait painfully until then.
That's right.
Okay, so that's next time and into the future. Thank you to Prophetic Music for our theme song. Previously on X-Men is brought to you by the Radio Meanwhile Network. Other shows on the network include This Centaurian Life and 9021 Here We Go. Please rate, subscribe, and share this show wherever you get your podcasts.